Leave Chrysalis where it is was the message of the evening when Superintendent Dr. Lillian Torres and the Taos Municipal School Board heard impassioned comments from the community Tuesday. The school board has decided to move the Chrysalis Alternative School to the main high school from its location in Cañon, the semi-rural community just east of Taos before the foothills. Dr. Torres says she wished she could tell everyone why they made the decision that they did, but because it involved personnel issues, the board was legally prevented from discussing them.
So what I will be doing is reviewing all concerns surrounding this matter and that involve confidential personnel issues. I will be making a final decision after listening to the Chrysalis teachers, parents, students, and community members. And I can assure you, the focus will be on students. There's no other reason to make this decision.
Those who got up to address the board suggested Chrysalis needed to stay in Cañon at least one more year with the promise of addressing the compliance issues. Many spoke about how they were certain some of the students enrolled in the alternative school would not do well when forced to attend school in the same building where they had experienced so much trouble before.
I've been here 15 years. And I am so damn tired of watching crisis after crisis happen and people standing up and begging for Taos Municipal Schools to really, truly listen and say, help our children.
My standards for our young people is really, really low. Really, really low. It's the bottom of the barrel. I just want our young people to want their life. I want them to want their life. And I'm really worried. You know, when we were talking, I'm not sure, I'm still orienting to all the things that you're describing, Dr. Torres, but what I heard was that half of the students that were moved to the program at Taos are thriving. What about the other half?
Megan Bradley teaches at the high school and said there's nothing wrong with Taos High, but it's just not for everyone.
Many of the problems at the high school happen in the parking lot, in the cafeteria, in the courtyard, kids hiding in the little gym. And so wherever you put them in the high school, there's that bigger community and that bigger problem that could happen. And it's not because the high school is bad, it's because it's not a good fit for everybody.
Taos County Commissioner Candace O'Donnell says the school board was not doing what they had been elected to do, serve the people who elected them.
I have put in an inspection of public records request to review the recommendations of the committee charged with deciding the move. The committee had no representation from parents, students, and Chrysalis teachers. I questioned the objectiveness of the group, however esteemed they may be. I wonder about conflict of interest from individuals whose groups will ultimately benefit from the recommendation and whether they should have been on the committee.
O'Donnell also says the compliance issues should be addressed while the school stays in its present location.
Lack of compliance is what I keep hearing is the reason for the move. Certification issues, transcript issues, lack of lesson plans, and individual improvement plans can be addressed in Cañon.
Town of Taos Councilor Fritz Hahn says he felt the location of Chrysalis was the key ingredient for interrupting the pipeline from high school to prison.
There is a lot of literature about the high school to prison pipeline. And what that means is that when you have at-risk children in an institutional setting where they can't survive, they devolve. And they obviously become involved in the court system and juvenile detention and so on and so forth. So Chrysalis, just its placement, forget about the teachers, the finances, my hypothesis is that placement off-site actually interrupts that high school to prison pipeline.
Orion Servio and Jason Weisfeld, both teachers at the alternative school, apologized for their words at the previous meeting.
Last night, I showed a side of myself that was filled with anger and frustration and hurt. And this morning, Orion and I apologized to Dr. Torres, and I would like to apologize again.
So would I.
To Mr. Ivanovich as well. There's an opportunity for healing.
Addressing the school board together, they said the school administration needed to be given more time to fix what was broken. They also said if the school was forced to move to the high school, they would resign. Chrysalis serves as an alternative, especially for at-risk students who often have social, emotional, and academic situations that render them unable to learn in a traditional setting. The school, located in the old Canyon Elementary School building, Chrysalis teaches about 20 to 30 students each year. According to a written statement to the local teachers union, a decision will not be made until the next board meeting, August 4th, which is less than 2 weeks before the start of school, August 17th.